All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to a new episode of Full Buddy Cast presents Garage Night. Garage Night brought to you by Cole Street Brewery, 1627 Cole Street, Enumclaw, Washington. Come on down there, take yourself in, get 15% off your drinks with the tag in on Facebook. Wear your hoodie as well. Got to remind Sean sometimes. He's busy, man. The guy's always working. We also have go down the street, turn the corner to the right, and you'll see Bordeaux Wine Bar. Bordeaux Wine Bar, get $2 off your drink. Did you get your Full Buddy Cast? Did you mention it?
I did not.
But did you mention it?
No.
Okay, next time mention it. Get $2 off, dude. But you were down there the other night.
We were down there.
We rarely do this, but somebody I haven't introduced yet. How'd it go?
It went good. I was over there a couple times actually. One was the good old trivia win. So we went over there and used a little bit of that.
That's right.
They're sponsoring for the trivia, and me and Carrie actually went in, just the two of us, and we went in and sat at the bar inside, which I've never been at the bar. And there's some locals that are there all the time.
Yes.
So that was fun. We talked, but it was a weird. I mean, I hadn't been in there, sat at the bar before, so that was kind of fun. And then we went back this last couple Saturdays ago, a group of people, and sat outside.
Yeah.
And what they did outside, by what they remodeled, did all that stuff.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was piss and rain. And it was awesome to be outside because we were under, and it was actually super cool.
Wasn't a tent getting blown around.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you haven't been there for a while, they put up a real enclosed structure. They used to get the wind, but you're also kind of blocked in by like the floral or whatever, the bushes all the way around.
We sat right by the fountain. It was kind of nice.
Stevie Wonder's over there. Stevie Wonder's getting down over there.
Craig doesn't like to use his fame for discounts.
Go to Mazatlan.
I only have ever been discounted for Full Buddy.
Go to Mazatlan and mention it to Andy and say Full Buddy Cast. Can I get a little discount? And I'm sure you'll get a little discount from him.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Or
leg wrestle Andy. Say, I'm going to leg wrestle you right now.
Oh, you should leg wrestle him for the naming rights to the Super Burrito.
I'll leg wrestle anybody anytime.
For the Super Burrito, the Bentley Burrito. In fact,
Mazatlan I'll tell you this, I've leg wrestled at almost every bar in Enumclaw. I have not at Mazatlan.
Maybe the next Full Buddy Friday we'll have you there. We can do it. So, Garage Night, we got a guest, but we're going to go Garage Night with Craig Bentley.
Yes, I already talked, so I'm here.
And Corey Bentley.
It's great to be here. I'm excited.
And then we got a guest, Jackson SideHook.
I'm back.
SideHook.
I'm back.
Doc.
Still mispronouncing his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you. Get your
proud.
freaking face in there.
I'm in.
Yeah, this is an audio podcast.
I'm all in there.
Just ask him to call you Jay-Z.
I don't know if he's earned that.
So Jared Skelly sent us the Skarrey Skelleys Patreon. Jared, he's been on this before. He's also a big frat boy and a huge fan of Jackson.
I have a lot.
Big fan of Wazoo as well.
Big frat boy.
Biggest Wazoo fan I know. Probably.
Frat boy.
He's a big UW fan, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. He's got these questions back to back. Lethal Weapon collection or Die Hard collection? What one are you popping popcorn, sitting down, watching the collection?
Both are solid. I'm doing Die Hard.
Die Hard.
They are both pretty good. I don't really like Mel Gibson as much, so I will go Die Hard.
How many combined movies are there between all those?
I think
9?
there's 9?
Is there 3 Lethal Weapons and 6 Die Hards?
Are there 6 Die Hards?
Okay.
How many Die Hards are there?
I don't know. Bruce Willis did a Die Hard battery commercial as well. Does that count? Do I have to watch that as well?
Die Hard film series Wikipedia says that there are 5 films revolve around the main character of John McClane, a New York City, Los Angeles police detective who continually finds himself in the middle of a crisis.
There's one being filmed right now at 6.
There is, actually.
I know.
There is.
He retired.
Is
He's
he
not
in
in
it?
it.
So,
I was going to say, he's sick.
So what are you saying?
So out of those 8 or 9, I've seen one. Die Hard. That's it.
I'm
a fan.
Did you see the first Die Hard?
Yeah,
Is
the
that one
first
you
Die
saw?
Hard. That's the only one I've seen. Solid movie.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
You got some work to do.
I have never seen one Die Hard movie ever. So I'm going to go with Lethal Weapon. I've seen the Lethal Weapons.
I don't think I've seen every Die Hard. Now that there's that many that I think about.
You're much better off watching Top Gun. Way better off.
You look like Maverick right now in that. Well, like maybe like in the newest one, somebody in his
Dude,
class.
do not ask him to take his shirt off so you can see him.
I have a really funny tan line right now.
Should we
Like the top of my chest is
Should
tan.
we recreate the volleyball scene
Hey, do you want to go play shirtless ping pong?
All right. Sting pong.
on a trampoline?
Okay.
I'm going to throw another one in there. Beverly Hills Cop.
I have bad news.
You've never seen that?
I have not seen that.
I've never seen.
Have you seen Beverly Hills Ninja?
I have not. I've seen Mall Cop. They gotta be the same.
Okay. What's a better
Close,
series?
real close.
Better series?
Beverly Hills
Die
Ninja
Hard-
is pretty good though.
Die Hard collection or Paul Blart Mall Cop collection?
That's a tough choice. Well, wait, what is the?
And they're making a new one right now.
What's the
Paul
movie that
Martin.
you had me watch, Corey? With
I had you watch a movie?
Chuck Norris.
Oh, I had you watch Sidekicks.
Any Chuck Norris movie's gonna trump
no,
everything
I
else.
had him watch Sidekicks.
Yeah, no, that's a
Yeah.
classic.
That's a solid movie.
I will take that over any movie.
I like these questions. We'll go Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Craig?
We know what this is going to be.
I'm doing Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
No way.
He's just saying
because
that.
you do.
He's trying to hide his fandom. He can't control it.
He did cover up his tattoo when he said that.
Craig, which
His
books
thigh
are
tattoo.
better?
Which books?
Yeah.
I don't read.
One fish, blue fish, two fish, red, or
Hey,
whatever.
hey, Travis, can we cut that out as there's a promo where Craig just says that as a promo for
I
Facebook?
don't read.
I don't read.
I'll do it again. I don't care.
That's tough. I'm gonna go Harry Potter. Actually, I like both of them, but I read the Harry Potter books, and so I like the movies too.
And yeah, I guess I could go with Harry Potter since I read those as a kid, but I don't love those movies that much. Lord of the Rings movies were pretty cool, but I just never got into them like some people did.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which was based off of Jackson's life.
Yeah, I think I introduced that book to Enumclaw like 20 years ago in kindergarten. I was the first one reading it, and then all of a sudden everybody had it.
I had a feeling this brain right here had a feeling
That's
that
the whole
you were-
series. It's just as many Die Hard movies as Diary of a Wimpy Kid
That's
movies.
probably
I'm
true.
the reason that book is successful. I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
Greg Heffley.
I had a feeling.
Roderick rules.
I had a feeling. Craig is Diary of a
Traveling pants.
Diary of a Surveyor.
Yeah. No. Yes. Yes.
Sister of the Traveling Pants.
The secret sorceries of the surveying.
Surveying sorceries.
Surveying sorceries.
If I was
It's a Harry Potter survey.
if I was a book,
It's like an offshoot. It just
Harry
follows
Potter and the Surveyor's Stone.
It follows the surveyors of Magic World.
And it's Craig's. That's why he's a big fan. The surveying sorceries of Craig Bentley.
If they're going to teleport somewhere or something, we have to know where we're going to end up. We need a surveyor.
We need a surveyor here. Go. Sorry,
it'd
Craig.
work. No, that's cool. I was
The
gonna tell you what
Untold
book I'd be.
What book would you be?
Either
Where the sidewalk ends because you're still surveying it?
that's actually pretty good. Plus, Shel Silverstein's awesome.
He is. Yes.
Nope, I'm not gonna talk anymore.
These are too good. That's a good answer.
I'd be Hatchet.
Yeah, you look like actually a guy that would be in a serial killer movie right now named Hatchet. Candy cane. You look like a trucker. That's what, with those
Ted Bundy vibes.
aviators. You look like you just had cataract surgery, and you're wearing you actually with the Colts uniform or the Colts shirt and the Colts hat with the sunglasses. You look like you're a recruit. You look like you're a Colts surveyor. What are those called?
You gotta look
Scout?
the part.
Scout.
You gotta look the part, and maybe they'll let you do it.
Dress for the job you want. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
You don't see him in the pumpkin uniform.
What you don't see is I have a stopwatch. I'm carrying 40 times for people, just hitting buttons over here.
You know what we're going to use in every single promo now, or our tagline? We're going to put Colts. Because I guarantee Jim Irsay is the type of guy that would just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm just going to see what the heck is out there on the podcast.
What's the
man."
cool hashtags going on these days?
And he's going to listen to it, and then he's going to hire you from it. You could be the next head coach.
Well, I don't need to be the head coach. I would like to be a part of the organization, Jim.
I'd like to.
That's all I'd like to be. I'd like to be part of the family because he has a family first business persona.
Yes.
I would
That's my part of the family.
sincerely like to offer Jim Irsay to come on the show. He's obviously not going to come out here, but do a phone interview.
No, he'd fly out here.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. Do a phone interview. We'll get all the people around here that love the Colts to listen to him. I don't know how many people that is. But
One.
Hey, I see Colt stuff in the store. People wear it.
That's because you're in Enumclaw, and it's regarding actual Colts.
And Jim, if
I see horseshoes everywhere.
Jim, if you're listening, your band can play too. So
Okay, yeah, and make their intro music,
he's got a band.
dude. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Or Bruce Willis, if you want to, because of the Die Hard stuff, your band, we'll take that one as well for intro music.
Just
Ja-
him on the harmonica.
Yes. What's the book written about you, Corey?
What book is written about me?
If you could say, because his was, well, it wasn't anything.
Sign of the Beaver.
Yeah.
The Bible.
About me is the Bible.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Wow.
Have I meant that much to you in your life?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, you know what? I'm good with that. I feel good about myself.
Corey-
now. You're
Corey-
welcome for all the sage wisdom I gave
Corey's just the book of Proverbs. Jackson's just
The Book of Revolution.
you. No, I am. I don't know. That's a tough question. I read so many books.
Probably a Goosebumps character.
Oh, I would love to be. Have you ever read
good.
Goosebumps?
Maybe
you're
like
too
It's
young?
so 1993.
You know who R.L. Stein is?
no.
You know what? At your next homework, because you did sidekicks, so the next homework we'll get you some Goosebumps books. Maybe a Night of the Living Dummy. There's like 2 parts to that.
We can all read that when I go back to school.
Yeah,
We'll just
it'll be
go
quick.
read it together.
That'd be a good frat house book.
That would be, yeah.
It's like I don't know.
Instead of, guys, we're
It's
not
like
partying
80
this Friday night. We're reading Goosebumps.
It's like 82 pages, so you'll go quick. I choose that I am an Animorphs book.
I was gonna say that.
Did you?
Yeah.
You remember those?
For those
too?
that heard that, that was a air high five. That's a solid one.
Did you read Animorphs?
I've just seen like memes about it and stuff. Like how ridiculous.
I
it
actually
looks.
held those books in my hand.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome. Again.
Again. All right, on to the next Skarrey Skelleys.
You did, what book is he?
They haven't written my book yet.
Oh, that's
Pop-
a good.
Pop-
That's good.
book?
Ooh,
That's
good
solid.
answer.
Good answer.
Good
I like
answer.
that. It's good. Because they haven't caught you yet. Single best video game of all time. If it's a sports game, what year and who was on the cover?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Go ahead then,
Oh,
Mr. Easy One.
I don't know.
Go.
I'm just saying it. Red
Oh.
Dead Redemption 2.
I would say
Not even close.
modern era. It's some of those games like that. But my favorite game from a kid, remembering playing it all the time, is on the 64. It was Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball.
Absolutely.
That was my favorite game I
it's
remember.
a
as
great
kid.
one. I love that. Can of corn and freaking
Rex Hudler had the smallest like circle to hit, and I could try to hit the home run derby with him and have the most home runs in the league with that tiny little circle that they gave you.
So proud of you.
Sure, if we're talking games 30 years before
that-
I was even born.
Was that
do you know-
Dave Valley?
Do you know what the N64 is?
No.
Okay.
No.
Dude, you'd almost have
It's,
to.
it's something we wear on your face. It's a mask. It's the N64.
I've heard of that one.
Dude, you'd almost have to do every system. I don't know if there's a game throughout that I could just say it's the best. Because I mean, if you go a sports game, Tecmo Bowl for the Nintendo was
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
right? But there's other sports games that are better now because they're newer systems, right?
Right.
Matt,
GoldenEye for 64, Mario Kart for 64. Those games were amazing.
Super
But-
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo Mario
Kart was my favorite.
Yeah. GoldenEye was the first game I remember being a kid, and the graphics are so shitty now. But as a kid, the first time you saw the graphics, and you were like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
It was also one of the first games that that was the preempting to Halo, where you're playing multiple players at
Yeah.
once on the screen.
Yeah. And trying to take them out like Baseball. Baseball was fun too.
See, I haven't found a lot of the show, like
play that all the
Madden,
time.
like all those games now. They're basically reskins.
Yeah.
Like they just update the roster, throw one or two things, and they basically reskin.
I'll
the game over
mindlessly
and over
give them
again.
my money every time.
And
That's what I do with Madden. I can't play Madden anymore because I get into into all
the
that.
online, the
Oh, dude,
online one. Yep.
Yeah, Mute Head.
My roommate and I, we grind the Diamond Dynasty
of the
MLB,
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, baseball's a little different than football. Football, you're gonna have for the most part, if the game's gonna be anywhere between 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Baseball, if you don't get anyone out, that game could take an hour and 10.
I always get people out.
That's good.
He's just that
I
good.
don't have that problem.
And that is a huge difference between 55 minutes, an hour, and 10. Just killing the day.
Yeah. You got things to do, like another game afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. If you're trying to grind through a season, and NFL seasons are only 16 games plus
Is that
postseason.
all you play is sports games? Do you only play sports games, or do you play Red Dead? So you play.
I played the Harry Potter game for
That-
like a few weeks.
which
And
that was-
I haven't
that was-
finished it.
that was pretty good,
I got
though.
the killing spell, and then that was my whole goal, and then I didn't play anymore.
Yeah.
Once I learned to kill.
See, that game was good. See,
Yeah.
I like open world games
Yeah.
where I can explore more than sports games.
I played.
Much as I'm into sports, I don't play that many sports games.
I checked how much time I spent on MLB. Last year's game, I spent like 24 days worth of time on it,
On the show,
like 500 hours.
that's a lot of time on that game.
Yeah, and probably like on Red Dead, it was only like 25 hours, but
Yes, yeah.
Quite
I
a
would,
bit of
I
time.
would flip it.
Okay, Craig, what's yours?
I just
You said Tecmo Bowl.
Well, I mean, if you're going,
By system.
yeah, I'd have to go by system.
What about Dreamcast?
Sega Dreamcast,
Basketball, whatever that basketball.
Street Fighter.
There's
for
2K. That's where the
Dreamcast.
2K games came from back then.
Yeah.
Harry Potter VR.
It's my life.
The new Hogwarts video game, right?
It is. It's good.
That one's good.
Hey, does it have Quidditch in it?
No, they're separately doing that for multiplayer, and they're putting it out.
It's gonna be like how Red Dead did, like
Yeah.
the other stuff. But PUBG for me, Player Underground's Player Unknown's Battleground. I play that religiously.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I would say Madden. But if we're talking and who's on the cover, I would go. What I liked is I think it was Madden 12, and then it was the Browns player that they voted on to be on it.
Peyton Hillis?
Peyton Hillis, yeah. That was by far the best Madden Ultimate Team because that's what before they did microtransactions, and so you could earn it all. And it was just the grind and the luck of the draw with what cards you would get. You'd have bigger collections to unlock more coins. It was so good. And then microtransactions came in and ruined it.
PUBG, that's the battleground game.
Yeah.
That's basically like, what's the other one that's
Fortnite?
Fortnite, but less cartoony?
Yeah, more realistic. It's like, but I like that you can play as a first person or third person. Where if you're playing
Fortnite
Fortnite
That's
is
third person only.
and if you're playing Call of Duty, that's first person only. So I like the third person aspect of it.
Is that game timed like Fortnite?
It's usually 30 to 35 minutes is how long you're gonna.
But there's not a thing that closes.
You have zones.
It does close in, but you could sometimes.
No game.
You
Gotta be sniper.
Yeah, you usually grab a sniper and you usually grab a.
He doesn't want the zone to close.
I don't want the zone. I don't want to keep getting closer.
We used to camp
That's
in
why I
one
hated that
spot.
game.
You're gonna play like 24 hours. Like, never move.
There was one of the games. There's one of the military games.
Battlefield.
I would just get a sniper and I would go on the cliff farthest away on the side of the map and I would try to get the longest shot possible. That's all I did the entire time, to see how long I could snipe somebody from.
Wow.
It was for me because I didn't like that game.
Entertaining.
All right. Skelly said this was a week ago, working on number 3. I just sent him, got 3, and he said 3. Now, this is a very difficult one. This is going to be difficult for people that aren't married. This is going to be difficult for people that aren't in a relationship anymore.
But what about somebody that's been in one?
But, okay. Indecent Proposal, basically.
The movie?
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
A billionaire offers you $10 million for one night with your significant other. But he comes to ask you first, do you even talk to your partner about it?
Oh, 100%.
I'd be like, why are you asking me?
100%. Why would I not at least talk to her about it?
Well, okay, so let's talk
No.
about that. Would you... Okay, so here...
One night for what? You know,
What are they doing?
specify.
Playing cards?
You guys just hanging out?
Obviously...
They watching
I'd like
Die
a
Hard?
I'd like a detailed list of what the night's activities
It's just dinner and drinks. That's it. And then take her home at the end.
So
I mean, if we get along, we get along. I don't know what's
so
going to happen.
the man who's not going to be named, he paid you $10 million for.
No, he didn't.
You paid him $10 million.
I didn't pay Jack. He paid whatever it cost for the night.
So
There's a going rate? What are we talking about?
okay, so obviously it's about doing the dirty.
What's that mean?
That's
So-
what we refer to as sex
I
for
would-
adults.
Sexual. So
Yeah,
here,
Jackson.
Sexual relation.
Jackson, what would you,
Oh.
Jackson? Would you approach her about it, or pretend that conversation never
I
happened?
pretend it never happened.
Okay.
Would I approach
Corey?
I'd be like, go talk to her.
Wait. Would you give her a warning?
Oh no, I'd let that go.
What?
I'd let that go. I wouldn't. I'd be like, go talk to her. And I wouldn't warn her.
See, I would want.
Is it like?
I would talk to her before
Is it-
I
is it-
sent
is it
that
like-
person to talk to
Yeah,
her.
absolutely.
Is it like they're right next to you? Like, go talk to her, or is it like they're going to come back 3 days later?
He comes to ask you first, and hey, can this happen?
And
But
I'd
do you
ask,
go to- but do
is
you
there
go
a
to-
time limit?
Right? Do you for one night?
No. Do I have to answer you in a certain length of time?
Oh, that's a good question.
If
to
he's
ask
like,
him.
if he's like this
says
proposal in 5 minutes is done,
It's like
then
a-
I would say
this-
no
this
because
offer
I need to be able
expires.
to talk to her.
Well, that's what it says. Do you talk to her first? So obviously it's there.
But what if he said you only have 10 minutes?
The situation is
you
saying,
call her
Do you
quickly.
talk to
Oh,
her
that's true. There
You
are
call her
phones.
quickly, and you say, "Hey, $10 million, yay or nay?" And then she'd be like, "What does he look like?" Did she ask that question? I don't know.
Here's
What if
mine.
she says no? Now you just volunteered her for that, and she doesn't want it. Now you're in trouble.
well, no,
Because like, what if they're not on board?
no. I'm asking.
Because
I'm
we're
not telling her.
because we're progressive
Yeah,
and
This
we
isn't
let women choose.
1940s,
Jackson.
this is a woman's world.
You're not selling her.
Yeah. I'm asking her first.
Jackson's like, so for the $10 million, you keep her, right?
Yeah, well, I don't want just
I'm
one
back
night.
This transaction's done. Like, I'm free. $10 million to me. You get her. We're good to go.
Could this be a nightly deal?
That's a great other follow-up question, because let's say you lose it all, and then you call, you go to the casino, you lose it all, you call the guy up. Hey, you want like a discount? Buy one, get the half off on the next one. But no, I would definitely ask. Yes, I would ask. You get an age in your life where you're like, I could retire right now. I can live with it if we're both on board. And it wouldn't, if I'm there or not there, I would just be like,
What age would you not ask?
probably Jackson's age, where he's
If he-
young and dumb and like, oh, well, that's gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
he could-
never recover.
What
from
if
that.
she leaves you after and
But
takes
you
the
could-
money?
but
And
that's
then you're
why
left
you-
with
Oh,
nothing.
You get if you're married, you get at least half.
50-50, yeah.
Yeah, but
But
we're not
it's
married.
that guy's
Neither of us
money.
are
What if she
married.
leaves you for the guy? And then it's
Then
he gives the money to her.
Million.
Is
What
it
if- okay, then
specified that
5
you're
years-
getting it?
You need
Here's-
prepayment.
Here's the thing.
Prepaid.
Jackson, let me
Yeah.
Jackson,
Half down.
This
Yeah.
is why you're bad at gambling. I'm gonna tell you this right
Okay.
now. You're a great guy, but this is why. Because right now you marry that girl. What are the odds that you're gonna die and at that point still be married to her?
What?
What? Okay.
Hopefully, a lot.
No. What are the odds? Listen. What are the odds of every marriage being successful?
50.
50%. Okay? What's to say in 10 years from now, you guys are even married? You got a 50% chance that you're still married. So here, at least you're getting money out
What
of
he's
it.
trying to tell you is to take that $5
Take the
million
money
and
and
put it
leave.
in a separate account,
Yes.
hidden
Yes.
in the Caymans, away
Yes.
from her.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, you talk to her first, make a decision as a couple. If she says no, boom, no. But then you hold that over her head the rest of the marriage.
But you know, if she says
Every
no,
time she asks for something expensive.
she says no, he's like, "Hey, how much for me? Like $3 million?
Yeah.
right here."
yeah. Huh?
Totally different subject.
Turn out,
All right.
turn out the lights.
How much for one night?
Depends what you got to do.
$3 million? Everything. $3 million. Well, everything they want.
What if
$3 million.
3?
What if Jared just secretly became a billionaire and he's like kind of trying to feel out how we are with our wives? Right
Let me know.
now?
Let me know.
I think that his would be upset.
For even asking the question.
Yeah.
Or what if, I don't think it happened, he was asked this and he doesn't know what to do?
That would be amazing.
Well, it's just, I mean, what billionaires live in Washington? Doesn't what's his name for Amazon? Doesn't Jeff Bezos live in Washington? So yeah, maybe what billionaires? Gates? I mean, what if he's just walking, he's just strolling through Redmond, and all of a sudden
it's
like,
10 million though. It could have been a lot of somebody won the lottery, and the first thing they did was like, I'm gonna go buy me a woman.
this is a billionaire.
Yeah, he said it specifically.
Oh,
was
it has to be a billionaire.
Well, he just said it was a billionaire.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll tell you
out.
this: if it's a billionaire, then I'm obviously asking.
Negotiating.
If the guy only has 10 million and he's going to give me 10 million, that's very questionable.
That's weird.
And I wouldn't even ask.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a scam.
Yeah. You get an email. Your name's misspelled in it.
You gotta fly to South America.
I'm gonna need half that down right now.
What if you're so stupid you get that email and you actually approach your wife? Hey, I got this email.
So I got to send this back in like 10 minutes. It says.
What do you think? I'm gonna forward it to you. There's an attachment.
I'm pretty sure it's legit. So 10 million to each.
That's good though. But yeah, you get to an age. You know what's funny is I don't know if you guys know this or not, right? You watch reels? You guys watch reels like Facebook reels or like?
I watched the TV channel reels. OP Nation Live, woo!
So I watch all sorts of I get all sorts of types of reels. You ever done the 10 swipe challenge?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So
I touch grass.
So if
That's a little different.
you open up your Snapchat, you can. Corey's baking over here. It's a baked potato.
What's
if you open
Snapchat?
You open Snapchat. If you go to For You or whatever the reel, if you go through that, you don't got one booty girl showing off her booty. That means that's good. It means you're watching wholesome stuff. It could be nature. It could be some travel thing. It could be some food thing. But if it's all booty stuff, be careful. So Jamie, I'll be like, no, look, and the first one's always a booty one, and then the rest of the 9 are sports and everything else. So
I don't have any of those other apps, but when I used to have Facebook, in the spam folder was always that shit where they're like, it's a female picture, and they're like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, and I'm like, not much. What's up?
What's up?
You live in Washington?
Do you have $10 million?
No,
because why can't a rich person be a lady, Jackson?
But if you didn't know this,
Well, that changes things.
Jackson did.
That's a whole different conversation.
but here's the thing: swinging is a thing. It's a big thing now.
Yeah, upside down pineapple.
It's
right.
It's been like that since the 70s.
Well, no, it's gotten more popular. And
yeah, they just swing a little bit lower now.
Here's why. Here's why it's gotten popular. The reason is because the generation of internet porn that were raised on it, so to speak, they're used to watching stuff and being of
Groups.
acts and not even just groups, but just acts, right? And so you find your spouse attractive. Obviously, you're married to them. And so that's where more people are getting involved into it because they want to see their spouse
I have a question.
Are
more people involved with their stepbrother and stepsister as well?
that's going to be not now because that's not this generation.
Okay.
Right? But in 20 years
after
that's going to be
it's just going to be
so many
stepbrothers, stepsisters everywhere.
Yeah. 100%. Everyone's going to get stuck in freaking dryers underneath coffee tables and couches. There's just going to be massive amount of people getting stuck everywhere.
We're going to need massive divorces and remarriages so we can get stepbrothers and stepsisters around the world.
I like your the neighbor. You're like, I like your stepson. I like your son. I'm divorcing my spouse to marry you.
Divorcing Mike? I like your son. I'm going to divorce Mike.
I got $10 million. But yeah, so I thought that was surprising because the upside down pineapple is everywhere. The white rocks everywhere. The stars everywhere.
I think it's just come
Flat
back
Earth.
as a generation. The 70s were super open.
As a
and
surveyor,
whatever.
there is no flat Earth.
It was proven
There's
wrong.
no way that you're factoring curvage into any of your survey.
He factors curvage into everything he does.
No, there's not. You do not factor any curving. It's too flat here. How far are
Y
you
equals X squared. That's what he's using.
How far are you surveying?
As far as you want.
As far as the eye can see.
For $10 million, can I survey your wife?
It's actually 20,600 and some odd miles to the center of the Earth, and that's used to figure out where you're at relative to it.
The Rock told him that in that movie.
San Andreas?
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, the Rock from Andreas.
No, it was Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, Journey.
You haven't seen that?
No, I have.
Okay.
I have.
You didn't want to pull that one out?
The Rock
for-
was in that?
I didn't think of that one. He's
The
in
Rock
the
was in
second
it?
one. He's not in the first one.
Oh, he's like, I don't know. I've
He's
never
in the
seen
second one
him.
where they go to like the jungle.
But they don't even go in the middle of the Earth?
No, not in the
Are
second.
you talking about Jumanji?
I was saying, are you thinking of Jumanji?
No.
They were in a jungle in the second one.
He's been in a lot of similar movies. That's so strange.
Was Kevin, or not Kevin?
Kevin
Kevin
Hart.
Hart? Yeah, Kevin Hart.
He was in
Jumanji.
Jumanji. He was in Jumanji.
Yeah.
Quiet time. All right, we're going to get into
Oh no.
Veronica's Hot Topics. Patreon Veronica. We got one more after this, and then we'll refresh. Okay. This is probably what causes the most divorces, other than
Money.
money, but probably this is probably up there. If this was on like the Family Feud, this would probably be 3 or 4 up on there. Sharing the chores in a relationship. In this topic, we talk about women topics, so to speak, where people have different love languages, right? Can you name them all, Jackson?
No.
Do you know any of them? Can you throw one out there?
Giving.
Okay.
That is?
I don't-
Gifts.
Gifts is one.
Yes.
Good job.
Keep going. Let's just Family Feud it right now. Okay, Jackson.
Corey, you're up.
Well, Corey knows all of them.
Well, it's his turn.
Physical
He's
touch.
got them tattooed on his forearm.
Oh, that's
Physical
Smart,
touch. That's Craig.
I don't know him. I don't care.
Acts of kindness.
Acts of service.
service.
What if
power.
Quality time. Spending quality time together.
God, now I got to think. What's the other one?
So there's gifts. I always
Knowledge.
forget that last one too. Gifts.
if not knowledge isn't, but it should be.
It should be.
Physical touch.
Money.
No.
That's part of gifts.
There's someone screaming. Someone's screaming. Freaking Amanda Keating or someone's just screaming right now at the.
But there's love languages.
There's
Jackson.
love languages.
And
5
you know
of
what?
them.
You should get that and read up.
You need to read that. But here we go.
Justice.
Okay. Sharing the.
Yes.
He answers his question. Her chores in the kitchen, and that's justice.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation. Being told that you're.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. What would you say your 2 are out of that one, real quick, Jackson?
What do you feel
say?
best when somebody does for you?
Make
Make me a sandwich.
No.
That could be act of service.
Oh, if it's gluten free, maybe.
Quality time, acts of service,
I like quality
gift
time.
giving,
No, not gift
physical
giving.
touch, words of affirmation.
Oh, he stopped on physical touch. I think
Yeah.
that was his.
You can go with that one.
I think men is just for the most part physical. There's a little bit of physical touch there, no matter what. But when it comes to your love language, Jackson,
I don't know. I haven't
all right,
studied
well,
into it.
Explore that. Explore
Okay,
that.
we'll explore that.
because that's going to help you. In
It'll
your
expand
relationships
your
in the future.
relationship.
Corey, what are your love languages? What do you think? What are the top 2?
Gifts are at the bottom for sure for me. God, I made the list one time.
Going deep with Corey.
Corey's pretending like he doesn't have these memories. Yeah,
made
shoot,
made a
what was
list.
that?
There's only 5. Is it a super long list or what?
No, you just put them in order.
Craig's words of affirmation for how rude he is to people. Deep down, he really wants them to talk about how cool he is.
If I remember right,
I don't need
and
that.
Carrie
I know.
never says it.
if I remember right, I had physical touch at 2, and I think I had acts of service at 1.
You like someone like
Because I'd
mowing
rather
the
somebody-
lawn
Moving
for
pumpkins for
Well,
you.
it's just do something for me. I don't need you to tell me like, "Oh, you're awesome," but doing it, I see that you care.
you. Okay,
You know what I mean?
Be-
that type of thing.
be a doer, not a show me, don't tell me.
Yeah, kind of.
Craig, your top. I mean, I know you don't.
I know
believe
top
in-
bottom.
What?
Gifts would be on the bottom.
Okay.
Active service would be on top.
And then do you
The rest
need,
of them, I whatever.
they just fill in.
Yeah.
So what was the top one again?
Acts of service.
So you like it when like Carrie like cooks you a nice meal, thinking of you.
Oh, I
Or-
thought it was when I do something.
No.
Well, it goes both ways.
It actually does.
Then yes.
In your
yes.
mind, that's how you love.
Yes.
And that's where miscommunication happens because you're trying to love someone. Stay with me, Jackson. Okay, you try to love someone in your love language, and that's not even on their radar. And so you're like, oh, I'm showing you I love you by when I buy you these things. And they're like, I want quality time.
You hear what he's saying?
I want quality time.
Do you understand what he's saying though? Like if mine was my number one's acts of service, so I continually give my partner acts of service. She might not receive it that way.
Are we reversing the roles now?
Real quick, yes, this is like the bar one, but opposite.
Okay.
Keep going, Corey. Keep explaining.
So if my top one's acts of service, so I treat that as I think that's the same for her, and I do acts of service for her. She might not receive that the same way. It might be her bottom. So she's not thinking I'm carrying it all because
the creep.
Her number one might be quality time.
Right.
So she wants me to spend more time with her, and I'm just doing stuff instead. So you have to get your languages linked up. That's what he's saying.
Yes,
I understand.
So keep that in mind when you get in a relationship. So here, sharing of the chores to me is that gift or that acts of service. Yeah. And so some people are like, well, I always cook, I always clean, I always do this, I always do that, and you never do that for me. Well, that other person's like, well, I'm always buying you flowers and I'm buying you necklaces and I'm taking you out. And so I think sharing of the chores, for me, I know that when Jamie gets home from work, I share those chores during the day. So like I'll run laundry and I'll run the Roomba and I'll get
Set
stuff.
the timer for it to run.
Yes, it's easy now.
You got to make sure there's nothing in the way.
But at least it's like something where she doesn't have to come home and
something off her
figure
list.
It out. It's off her list. She feels less burdened, and then So for me, we share the chores. Craig, do you guys share the chores?
You feel like a young Padawan?
No, we definitely share the chores. I'd say it's not an equal split. Like Carrie does do a little bit more than I do, but it's real close. It's probably like a 60-40.
But that's finding a balance because that works.
Yeah, it works.
It works for them.
Yeah, and that doesn't have to be
It's all about finding
Corey,
whatever balance that works. Like I know on nights if she cooks like a big meal, then I'll do all the dishes for that meal or whatever was sitting there, right?
That's from Vin. That's Vin Diesel.
So
Fast and Furious.
Family.
Hey,
He's in now.
No, it's not Vin Diesel, but it's who's the other one? The first one. It's the first one. The
Paul
guy,
Walker.
Paul Walker says, "In my house, who cooks in the meal doesn't clean up the meal," and so he helps the girl. And she's like, "I wish my family was the same way, and they wash dishes together."
That's where I learned it. So
yeah,
I watched Paul Walker.
Keep going too fast.
I've actually lived my life after him, and then that all happened, and I was like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?"
now what?
Not drive too fast.
Lesson learned.
But you were gonna say so you do the dishes. What else?
It's just that's the balance that you find. You because you get into kind of traditional roles, especially. So like with my ex, it was more traditional roles to where I was like doing all the outside stuff, and she was doing all the inside stuff. And
NBA.
What?
Was she doing the NBA inside stuff?
Yeah, she was like on the TV all the time, and I was like, "Why don't we do some chores?"
She would talking with a modern shot.
I'm like,
that's great. That's great.
You got to get off the TV. And it's finding the balance because eventually that balance gets out of whack, and you feel like, "Oh, I'm doing all this stuff," and this isn't like you got to find that middle ground. That's all I'm saying.
That's good.
Middle ground.
Jackson, what did you learn? You say? Let's see if your comprehension is up to par. What did we just tell you? In your own words. In your own words. Explain it back to us.
You gotta find a balance.
Women are complicated.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
I read that book.
No, you didn't.
We know it's not true.
Listened
He
to it
just
on
admitted
tape,
that he reads.
maybe.
Yeah. No, he had to read, so it's not true.
He said this. He said, I read the back of that book.
You're on. What'd you learn?
I learned about balance,
Yeah.
and that's it.
You learned about love languages.
What about the
yeah,
the whole thing. Give us the whole thing.
Well, I truly learned a lot, and I'm gonna take it going forward.
Your monotone makes suggest
Dude,
that you don't
you
believe
didn't
it.
listen. This
No.
is why your relationship
I
didn't
think-
last. She left you because you did not listen to
He's
her.
like,
This is a mischaracterization of events.
you guys talk some things, and then
And then I learned.
I learned that.
I learned.
I honestly think he's just kind of playing a little bit because I think he's actually in his head thinking, as the leader of the frat next year,
Yeah.
he's going to make sure everybody understands this.
He's
Love
just
language.
everybody. He buys. How many people are in the frat?
Like 100.
He buys 100 copies of the 5 love languages book and he hands them out.
Are you the leader of 100?
No,
it's required reading.
No. I'm not the president.
Do you know how much different that frat would turn out if every 100 members had to read 5 love languages?
Boys, I found my soul.
That's good. That is good. That is good stuff. So, what are the 5 pop quiz? What are the 5 love languages?
He's like tacos,
dishes,
mowing the lawn,
this is
laundry.
I love how Craig
surveying.
Craig would be 50-50, but he said it's 60-40 only because he just kills his grass so he doesn't have to mow it. If he mowed, it would be probably 50-50. Jackson, how many F's are you getting at Wazoo right now with your comprehension? How many F's?
Question?
What's your grades right now at Wazoo?
He's not a test taker.
I'm not a test taker. I've struggled on tests.
You're a shower, not you're a grower, not a shower.
That's physical, that's physical touch.
Hey, Jackson, we're gonna get kind of deep with you, okay? Why did your last relationship not work out?
Wow, well, that's a good question there. Why didn't it?
Yeah. Can I take a guess? You can
Take a guess.
You can say yes or no. She told you stuff, and then you immediately forgot everything she said.
I don't think that's the problem there, but that did happen. That definitely did happen a lot.
Okay, you don't have to answer it for real, though. You don't have to answer. I just wanted to.
I don't think that was why. No.
Well,
now
do you
people going different ways.
Okay, all right, that's good. People going different ways. How old are you right now?
21.
Hey, any 20? What's your age limit? What would you say?
42.
How old are you into a girl?
I want to move in a year. I want to move to another state. That's what I want.
So if she's in another state right now, what state are you looking for?
Hey, we're big in
Arizona,
what was that other
Florida?
country?
We got country.
What
different
bigger
countries listening?
Yeah, just not the state of depression.
Yeah, what other country we can get you hooked up with? What was that? Was it
India.
Brazil, India.
India.
All right.
You got to move to India.
You got to move to India.
10 million.
Whoa, you're moving fast. Are we gonna move there with you and talk to your wife? What's the?
I don't know, you'll meet her with me.
Okay, so what state are you gonna move to? All right, what's the three?
Well,
give me
Alaska?
3 states.
Somewhere where it's warmer for sure.
Give me 3 states.
What
are you looking at?
Arizona or Florida? I'm not really looking at
Don't go to
now.
Florida.
Well,
Don't do it.
yeah.
Go to Florida. I like.
You got to up that 42 though.
I don't know if I'm gonna like the humidity. When I went to Panama, I was getting killed every day by the humidity.
Yeah, don't go to Florida.
I love the desert though. That's why I like Arizona.
Utah. Go to Utah.
Yeah, well, no, there's. I can't say anything more.
You're literally killing me right
I
now.
don't want to offend anyone.
What offend him with what?
What's your age? How old?
He's banned from Utah.
You got banned from Utah?
No, not true.
Did you talk crap about Mormons and you got banned from Utah?
Well, I haven't been banned yet.
Oh, but you did talk crap about Mormons. I see what you're saying.
What am I going to do on a Sunday? Everything will be closed. I can't live in a place where everything's
There's some
closed
places in
on
Idaho
Sunday.
that are like that.
Yeah, they don't.
You got dry counties on Sundays all over the country.
I was in Idaho.
Not where I'm going.
I was in Idaho. I went to a Red Robin and they didn't serve beer.
That's what I said.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
15
I don't drink
3.
beer.
What do you drink?
Not beer. I'm allergic to beer. I don't drink it.
There's gluten-free beer.
I had one the other day and it was fine. I'll stick
Are you
that
allergic
sounded
to gluten? Or are you like
yeah,
Corey?
I'm allergic to gluten.
He's like actually.
So you're what's the actual term?
Celiac.
Celiac disease.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
gets. So the shout out I just gave, the last episode when I gave that shout out for the cookies, she has it and all her cookies are made without it.
He actually it was always sad because we'd be working and they'd call like huddles and they do stuff and they'd bring food and he could never eat anything that they brought. And that one time I went and I took those cookies off from the bakery. The only thing was this pack of gluten-free cookies and I threw them onto the table and I was like, this is the only thing he can eat.
Hey,
Celiac counts as a real disease too, or disability. So when I apply to jobs, there's like a list of every disability. And being gluten-free counts. So I think that's the only reason I get any job.
So if you're ever around on Christmas Eve and you let Corey know, you can come over and have waffles.
All right.
Because we have a waffle set up that's gluten free. It's separate from everything
gluten-free
else.
Station.
Doesn't even touch anything. Obviously, you got to keep it away from everything. It's set up completely separate.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It's a special invite.
I can tell it's a really exclusive event.
Yeah, it is.
All right. All right. You didn't answer any of my questions. You dodged that beautifully. But we're going to... So the season have been released. The NFL season. So here we go. Seahawks are playing Thanksgiving against the Niners. And then the next week they're playing Thursday Night Football. That's what you were talking about.
Yep.
Then we've got also Monday Night Football in October with the what are they called? October 2nd, Monday Night Football with New York. All right, Colts, their bye week is week 11.
Primetime games.
And they have
Led by
0
Gardner Minshew.
primetime games.
What?
There is a 15th week versus Pittsburgh that's still TBD. And then also versus 18th week versus Houston, which is TBD. But from what I can tell, it's 1 o'clock games for the most part. 1 o'clock games. There's a 4:05 game at Carolina. So maybe is that a Sunday Night Football?
No, these are all Eastern times.
Oh yeah, you're right. 1:05. 9:30 a.m. Are they playing?
They're in London.
They're in London.
That's Germany.
They're Germany.
Germany. Yeah, there's not one primetime game that I can see.
I don't think that I won $10,000. Ursay had a contest that if I correctly predicted their schedule, like every game, you can win $10,000, and you submitted it to the Colts website.
Yeah.
And I did that, and I didn't win.
You didn't win?
No.
I'm sorry. Well, how do you do it with week freaking 15 and 18 where there's still to be determined?
It just had to be in the right slot, not the timing or anything.
Oh.
Just
you already knew what teams.
What week it was. Yeah.
Gotcha.
They gave you all the teams. You just had to put them in the right week.
Gotcha. So now we've got the Eagles. Eagles looks like that they do have a 8:15 game September 14th versus Minnesota.
That's Thursday night, first Thursday night game.
And then a 7:15 game Monday Night Football.
That's against Chiefs.
The next week against the Buccaneers.
Oh, you got 2 Monday night games?
Yep. And then there's another Saturday Night Football game against the Dolphins October 22nd. And then there's a Week 11 Monday Night Football game against the Chiefs. And then there's another Sunday Night Football game against the Cowboys December 10th. So they are prime time Eagles. I haven't seen this much prime time for them since probably Vic was a quarterback.
That's okay. You got to earn those primetime games. So I'm okay.
They have the hardest schedule in the league.
It'll be a rough season with Jalen Carter disrupting the whole locker room and just destroying the team. It'll be tough.
Are you gonna put $200 on them again?
No.
Are you rooting against them now because they lost you $200?
No.
There's a special.
They don't have Gardner Minshew anymore, so I have no reason to root for them. I'm a Colts fan now.
Oh, yeah.
Good choice.
All right, let's do our shout-outs, then we'll get out of here. I'm going to do my shout-outs, of course. It's going to be the Patreons. I need a board, like what Corey says
he admitted
every single time.
He admitted it.
Kellen Hall, Holly Graff, Adam Kenny Art, Seth Loop, Cassie Spencer, Amanda Keating, Shekinah Sarver, Jared Skelly, Veronica Lara, Ben Illman, Jamie Roberts, Jamie Kenny, Jackson SideHook.
Bang.
Yes. Sasha Carey Lynn, Thomas Savageau, Anthony Wright, Sage Hills Golf and RV Resort, Cameron Stratton. Shout out to Sage Hills. If you guys golf there, take pictures, send them to me. I want to see Sage Hills pictures. Okay, tag yourself in there, Full Buddy Cast it. I want to see it. So, shout out to everyone there.
I'll give a shout out to all the guys that went on the golf trip. We had a great time.
Hey, that was mine too.
And it was
didn't
fun.
Talk about it.
No, we didn't.
We did. It was an amazing time. Thank you all for being part of it. It was amazing.
Has it happened?
When this releases, we'll be on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Craig for shooting the lowest score he ever has.
Yes.
On that trip.
Okay.
Congratulations. Calling it now. Always calling the good stuff.
38.
38
on the front.
On 9. I like it. Corey?
I shoot like 120s.
But you're going to shoot at 1. You're going to break 100.
I hope not, because I hope we play group games.
Well, happy for you guys. Jackson, are you on that? You on that one too?
Yeah, I was invited. I'm also in the fantasy league now, but I'm gonna have to decline the invite. I appreciate it, but I just don't have time.
Where are you going to be at in August? When are you going back? What
Was
date,
I not supposed to
You're
bring
more
that up?
than welcome to come in anytime.
what date in August are you going back?
Mid-August, like the between the 10th and 15th.
Oh, you'll be gone.
We can let him do it remote. It's good enough.
I can try and wait. Maybe back
The
later.
only guy.
I can try and make it work.
If you get back, he'll let you in.
Well, my internship goes until around mid-August, and I'm not leaving until my internship's over.
Hey, we
So
do
a week later than last.
Well,
time.
if I could get you and 18 together doing a draft, I'll make it work.
I want to see that happen.
Do you and Connor not get along?
Oh, we do.
Oh,
We
okay.
get along good, I think.
Did
I just
It'd just be
picture that
funny to watch them
conversation.
both draft.
is
We had good times at Safeway back in the day.
hey what are you gonna be around Christmas time too? Do you like waffles?
Oh, I love waffles.
You weren't even paying attention.
You
Were
were
you
on-
not paying attention?
you were on
I got
your
an
phone.
invite to that.
Okay, go back and listen to this episode about 10 minutes ago.
When you were on your phone.
I was looking up the schedule. I'm sorry about that.
They have a whole
Everybody.
gluten-free section set up, and it'll be great.
just for him.
Just for me.
Wonderful. Glad to hear this.
And I'll be hanging around the pool a lot, too.
Yeah, I actually gave him a key.
He's actually he's the only one with an open invite.
Is he? Are you the pool boy? Are you just gonna be? Would that be internship that he could have? Is
If he wants to come over and clean the pool, yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Still unpaid internship. Like,
Yeah.
No, you get paid in beers at Craig's house.
Oh, yeah, you get beers.
That's true. Yeah.
All right.
And swim time.
Probably not.
Me and you could do
I
laps
appreciate
together.
the offer.
And you gotta.
You can,
Hey,
you can
we-
swim laps with a dolphin.
We can do laps together, and then like at the ends of the laps, there's a beer there.
Okay.
Then swim more laps.
Yeah. The Bentley pool where you do laps together and you get some laughs together.
Wow. That's heartwarming.
Should be a sign.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Hopefully I get an invite off of that.
If you make the sign.
They'll let you hang it up, and then
What if I
that's it.
make all your signs just to get invites to anything? Draft day at the Bentleys. 12 man enter. 1 man leaves.
No, that's not good enough.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Go Seahawks, where we have a few primetime games.
Go Eagles. Hardest schedule in the league. Still 12 wins.
Lots of primetime games.
Yes.
And
Go Colts next year. Lots of primetime games.
Go Mariners. That's a joke.